Pisces, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol, and this is your mid-month April 2024 reading. So, Pisces, let's get going. I'm going to be doing the Yellow Cardinal Tarot cross for you, and in that reading, I'm going to be looking at, first of all, what your energy is this in the mid-month of April. I want to look at it, what issue you're dealing with, what sort of struggle you're facing. If it's a decision you have to make, sometimes it's a relationship issue, decision problem, pattern showing up. Maybe I've seen that, and then I'm gonna, ask for another card just to clarify that. And sometimes it kind of gives me a better idea of what's obscuring this issue. And then in the third position, I want to look at what are you consciously aware of in regards to this issue. If I were to ask you about it, you'd be able to tell me. And then the fourth position is the interesting one, because that's where something from your unconscious we're going to look at is having an impact on this issue. It's preventing you from healing this issue or coming to a decision about it. And because it's coming from your unconscious, it's coming from your shadow. So we're going to do a little shadow work here. Going to do a little bit of a deep dive into, some of your stuff. And so if you're not familiar with shadow work, I've left a video in the first link in my description box below. And I did this video for you, and it really gives you a good overview of how I do shadow work and how I've been doing it with my own intensive healing. And so I think it's a very informative video for you. And that is really going to help us, that fourth card, because that's what's having an impact. That's what's having actually the biggest impact on this. You think it's what you consciously know, but it's not. It's what's hiding in your shadow that's having an impact on this situation right here that you need to know about. Fifth position, we're going to look at what's needed for resolution. What's needed for resolution. And finally, in the sixth position, we're going to look at what is the resolution? What's the understanding? Maybe the guidance from tarot. So let's begin and ask for one card to come up. That's going to tell me what situation you're sitting in right now, Pisces. What issue you're dealing with. What pattern's showing up. And we get the Five of Wands. That card has not come up in a while. The Five of Wands. And I want something to clarify. A card to clarify this situation, this Five of Wands, please. Excuse me. Judgment card. Two interesting cards that have come out for you to begin with. All right. Position number 3. What are you consciously aware of? What do you know about this situation? The Seven of Wands. What's coming up from your unconscious right now that needs healing? That's having a huge impact on this situation you're sitting in. Number 1 and 2. What's coming up in your unconscious that needs healing? We have 2, and I just want 1, so I'm going to put both of them away. And we'll try that again. Almost got 1 out. Now the deck's mad at me. Okay, 1 card, please, for the unconscious. I always said I wanted to be a tarot reader where I just flip them over. I just can't seem to do that. I have to go through this procedure. I'm going to call it a procedure. just to get to what's coming up. And we're digging deep here because it's not coming. There you go. Whoa, the Magician, no wonder. The Magician coming up in reverse here. All right, so 5th position. We're getting there. Yeah, what's needed for resolution here? What's needed? Needed for resolution. It's funny because when I'm doing this, I always think that, oh, this is taking so much time. And then I'm sure you just love watching me trying to get these cards out of here. Okay, it's coming out right now. What's needed for resolution here? There we go. Empress. I'm having to pull out these major arcana cards, number 1 and then number 3. Okay, one more. And gets a lot easier when I get to the smaller deck and they come out faster, fly out. These ones are a little bit tougher. Okay, finally, what is the resolution? What is the understanding? Ooh, that was quick. The 4 of Wands in reverse. All right. So I will clarify it with this deck here. This small radiant Rider-Waite deck. I'm using the Light Seers deck right here. Sorry, it's not the Light Seers. It was the last reading. I'm using the, the Rider-Waite deck. Okay, and I'm going to end it with an oracle card here from the Sacred Creators Oracle from Chris Ann. So let's begin. First, let's talk about, the 5 of Wands you're sitting with. Okay, so you're sitting in a situation right now. This is the Wands. This is a lot of creative energy going on here. And sometimes when you get into this creative space where you're wanting to do something, or you have these ideas in your head, and you're getting this kind of a nudge from the universe, or maybe you've been wanting to take your life in a different direction, and you've been thinking about it for a while, maybe not, but something's brewing. Then your ego steps in, and your fear sets in, and then you start comparing yourself to others. I did this when I first started this tarot channel because this was something new for me. And so what did I do? I got online. I mean, I had been following tarot readers before, but I got online and I was comparing myself to other tarot readers. Well, let me tell you that there is not one tarot reader out there that is the same as another tarot reader. They are so different, night and day. You take any 2 readers and they're night and day. There's a million of them out there. But you can get on there and your ego will do that, and it'll cause you to compare yourself to other people. And so when you get this creative bug, or you want to take your life in a different direction, or do something for yourself, or change something, it could be, I don't know, a new job, a new project, or something. And especially when it's something that makes yourself more visible, you'll start comparing. I should say your ego will start comparing yourself to other people. This is called the battle of ego, the will, right? The battle of your ego. And no, my sword's bigger than your sword, or my sword's not as good as yours, it's shorter. And you just compare yourself and you judge yourself. And that's what you're caught up in. You're in a space right now where you're really comparing yourself to other people. Because the Judgment card comes up, and this is really giving me some clarity what's going on here, because the Judgment card talks about these people that are being reborn. They're hearing this call, and they're coming out of their coffins. They're being reborn to bring something new to the planet, to do something different. And so you are definitely have been feeling this call, maybe to follow your passion, to do something different for yourself, but you are blocking yourself from doing it because you're comparing yourself to other people. And that really puts the fear in you, and it really stops us from doing what we want to do when we start to compare. But there is definitely a call here for you, and you're feeling it. to do something different, do something creative, do something for yourself. So in the third position, I don't think I have to clarify that. That's pretty clear. The Seven of Wands comes up here in reverse. And, this is a card when, especially when you're on this healing journey, because this is a healing channel. When you're on this healing journey, when you start to really heal, and a lot of times when you are doing these when you're starting to bring your life in a different direction, it really becomes a journey of doing it alone, and it really can feel really lonely. And this particular individual is, being blocked by and stopped by all these people that are not supporting him, her. And it's interesting because you had Wands at the beginning, that whole ego thing of comparing yourself, but you're also not feeling supported right here, right? Not feeling validated. And this is in reverse. And so this is really blocking you, this feeling of being so alone, of having to do this on your own, to continue this healing journey on your own, if that's what it is. And just the whole, that whole creative process of wanting to do something for yourself, something new, and feeling the loneliness around that because you're comparing yourself to other people and you're not feeling validated or supported at all around the people that, right now. So I want some clarification on this Seven of Wands in reverse. Ooh, that was quick. Four of Wands, and that's what comes out in position 6 here. The Four of Six says, look at this card right here. This is a 4. You've created some stability for yourself lately, I can see. I see the wreath here of victory. So you have walked away from this walled city at the back. So this is Wands again. So I'm seeing now that you've taken a big step. You have walked away. And that's why you're feeling this real loneliness here. Whatever it is, a situation where you've decided in your life that you have walked away, but you're in a position where you are not feeling validated, you are not feeling supported, and it's really getting to you right now. And because the Four of Wands tells me that you have walked away. Like you're almost like you've got yourself free from, you've taken the first step. But I can see here that this 7 is saying, well, yeah, you're not feeling supported and validated, and that's what you're sitting with right now. So why is it? Because, over here, you have this, you're going somewhere, you're feeling this new direction, this nudge to do something different. Maybe you know what it is. It sounds like you know what it is. You have taken the step. It's more than the Three of Wands. Like, you've actually done it. 3 is about the planning of it. 4 is okay, now I've taken that step. But now you're comparing yourself to other people and you're not feeling validated. And so what's coming up here from your unconscious that needs to heal around this whole situation? Because I can see that you're dealing with a block here. The Magician card comes up, and it's number 1. And the Magician card in the Major Arcana, number 1, is a real card of manifestation. It tells us that we can manifest anything, right? Well, we can't do it with our will alone. We need, if in a upright position, we need that wand that we're going to put up and become that lightning rod where we're going to use the universe. We're going to use the power of the Creator, God, Source, divine energy to come through us and ground that into earth. And that's how we're going to manifest something. And but there is a real block here for you believing that the universe is on your side and that you can create if we just allow it to happen with allow that this is going to be okay, right? But I don't see you allowing it with them. There's a block here. So I want some more clarification with the Magician here and why it's blocked in your shadow. And so we get the Seven of Cups and we get the Knight of Swords in reverse. And both of these cards, they're all in reverse actually. So there's a heck of a lot of blocking going on. There's a big block that tells me that there's some healing that needs to be done. The first card that tells me that there's healing is needs healing is the Seven of Cups. And when the Seven of Cups comes up in the shadow, in this type of reading, a healing reading, to me it speaks about, you know, a lot of distraction there, a lot of chaos going on in that cup, right? A lot of emotions, desires and wants and wishes, and it's all in reverse. It's in resistance here. It's all blocked. And that tells me that this reminds me of a lot of chaos going on. And I want to say, like, maybe in your childhood there was a lot of chaos, lots of, trauma. And so I'm seeing there that because of this, and we all have trauma. So there's some trauma here around, you wanting to do something and not being allowed to do it for some reason. You wanting the freedom, which is the Knight of Swords here. The Knights in my deck are all about the freedom to be authentic, freedom from control. And this is an adolescent part of us, and we all have it in us. And this particular Knight of Swords wants to be authentic. And so I'm seeing here that there's a real, in your shadow, there was a part of you when you were younger that just wanted to be authentic, wanted to be real. But the real you, the authentic you, who you were meant to be, what you were meant to do, what you were meant to manifest right now is blocked. Because there's some trauma here that has to be healed in your shadow. That's related to, you taking your life in this direction. I'm going to ask for one more card for this Magician for the unconscious here. Yeah, the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords is about, again, it's swords energy. It's about decision. It's about, you have this water flowing in the background and this person just not allowed to feel their emotions. There's a decision that needs to be made and this person is blindfolded, right? That they're not even willing to look at anything. And it sounds like, because it's about swords, it's about your truth. And so it's like you not even being allowed to live your truth, feeling very blocked to live your own truth. And so it's buried in there. But in order for us to get at who we really are and what our truth is and what our real passion is and what it is that we're meant to bring through in this world, right? This calling that we have here, we have to get to how this was blocked. And sometimes it can be a gift of ours that's sitting in our shadow that we wanted to do when we were younger and it was blocked by the people who raised us sometimes. And, something that maybe they felt was they were threatened by it, maybe. And it could be a gift, it could be a gift here. Maybe like there's this calling of you to bring out something to the world here. So, but there's something in your shadow that's hidden. And I'm not going to dig any deeper here because I think I've given you enough information there about really there's a need for you to, to go inwards and start to do some real deep healing of what's sitting in your shadow. Because it looks like there's some gifts there, some really creative gifts for you that need to come out. But we can't get to them, until we start to heal, some of this, especially when you're comparing yourself, you're sitting in a place where you're comparing yourself to other people in position number 1. That tells me that you're sitting with some unworthiness here that needs to be healed, right? Shame, that's often needs to be healed. The the position here of sort of the top, the Empress card, and that is going to be what's needed for resolution here. Well, the Empress card is number 3, Major Arcana. She is, there are two cards in the Major Arcana that represent the feminine archetype. And the feminine archetype is split into two cards. She's number 3, and then we have the High Priestess, which is number 2. And High Priestess is all about our intuition, our inner guidance, our inner knowing. This feminine quality or aspect that we all have is the Empress. She comes to remind us, to tell us that, you know, this Empress loves emotion, loves the body, loves to feel her emotions. She's so grounded, so receptive, not afraid at all to allow any of her emotions to be felt. And that is what's needed for you to be, for resolution, is to allow these emotions that you're feeling, whether it's the shame, what's causing you to judge yourself and feeling like you're unsupported and you're not validated. Get into it, you know, start to ground yourself, get back into your body and get out of your head and to start to feel these emotions. I want a clarification for the Empress card, please. Got 2. So I got the King of Wands coming out right beside it. Ooh, and I got the Tower in reverse here. All right, so Tower comes out. First time I've seen the Tower here in all these readings. But it's in reverse, so I'll explain that. So first of all, you got the, this card fell into a dish of water I had here. Okay, so you got the King of Wands here in reverse. And this Wand card, Wands is all about, first of all, let's say that the Wands is all about creativity, right? And this Empress, she's very much into her emotions. She's very creative, very, very feminine, creative energy. And this Wand here, this King, you know, the King is our masculine side. The Empress is our feminine side. The King is the masculine side. The King is our ego. And our ego will tell us that this creative side to us and getting in touch with our emotions is nonsense. Our ego will tell us that getting in touch with our emotions is very dangerous. The masculine side of us, the King, wants nothing to do with emotions. The ego is petrified. It's a very scared part. We all have it. It drives everything. It drives all our what we do in life. It's very scared. It's very scared of emotions. Don't go there. Don't touch those emotions. There are emotions that need to be touched here. There is something in your shadow that you need to get to help you bring out what it is, this creative endeavor that you want to bring out to share with the world here. And I know you can feel that you're being guided, you're being nudged, you're being called. But what's needed for resolution is you're also being called to feel, to get in touch with your emotions, but your ego is saying, oh no, don't go there. Don't go there. And that's that ego battle. You see at the beginning here, this battle of wills here that's getting you all caught up in your head about, you know, your shame and everything. Well, the ego doesn't like that. That's where your ego battle that's in your head, that's, you know, all these shameful feelings, these will put doubt in your head and don't go there. And then the other card that came out for clarification for the Empress and what's needed for resolution was the Tower card. And it's in reverse. So it's still a Tower card, but so it's like, it's not a big, huge moment, but it's still a Tower moment. And this is a Tower moment for you. It's saying, you know, it's time to start feeling. It really is time to start feeling, because this situation you're finding yourself in, you know, this wanting to be creative and this feeling like you're in this battle of wills and feeling unsupported, and this is not going to change until you start to get back into your body, the Empress card here, because she loves the body. Get out of your head where your ego is and start living from your body and start feeling. those emotions. You know, start feeling some of those emotions because you're being blocked here. Because that Tower moment is here for a reason. And it's saying, you know, this could blow up and become a real Tower moment. Because sometimes when the universe really wants to move you in a certain direction, it'll create a Tower moment for you. So now it's kind of like a little warning saying, you know what? Warning, warning, you know, Will Robinson, if you remember him, if you're lost in space, he's like, it's time to start feeling. Get back into your body. And so the resolution here for you, Pisces, is this 4 of Wands in reverse. And you already got the 4 of Wands as a clarification over here. You know, you have already stepped out is what I know and what I can see. You've already sort of started this, but I think the ego came in and shut it all down and got scared. And, you know, and you want to turn this around. This is like, again, you're like, you were here, but it became turned around. Like you have stepped out, you're ready to go, or maybe you've gone out a bit towards what you want to do. But now you've like, it's turned around here. So there's really a resistance now to kind of seeing, you know, how far you've come. You're going, you're on the right path. You are on the right path. And so yes, it's turned over again because of all this doubt, maybe this shame. But once you start feeling, getting back in your body, starting to feel again, you're going to be back in the same position that you were over here. I need another card for this 4 of Wands here for understanding. And wow, okay, this guy's come out a lot today. You got the Death card in reverse here, right? The Death card. So what it's saying here, my understanding is that for you to get back into this position again right here, right? It's kind of a curveball that I'm throwing you here, but the Tower card has come up. And so this is, I'm not surprised that I'm throwing a curveball at you right at the end of your reading, but the Death card is saying, you know, and the Death card is blunt. And it tells the truth, and maybe you don't want to hear it, but it says there are things in your life or people in your life that need to go. You need to walk away from certain people or things in your life that are not serving you right now. And there's a big resistance on your part to do it because this is in reverse. And that is why this creativity, you have started, right? You've started to go in the right direction, but then it got turned around again because the universe is saying, listen, my final statement to you, you know, you can listen to what I'm saying. A Tower moment is right here, is that there are people that have to go, or there are things in your life you've got to let go of because you're feeling, you know, you're feeling invalidated. You know, you're feeling unsupported, and you know you're being called to go in a certain direction, and you've started to go, and then we kind of, the ego comes in and gets all scared, and you know, and that's got to do with sometimes when there's people in our life that are trying to block us. People that get jealous. People that can't accept that we're taking our life in a different direction. And then when that happens, it's time to say, well, you know what? Sorry, I'm going this way, but you're not coming. Or this thing isn't coming with me. I'm leaving it behind now. And this is a general reading. There was a Tower moment here, a small one, in reverse. But this is what the final call here from the universe is. That's what it's saying. All right, Pisces, powerful reading. A little curveball at the end. Kind of shocked me. It was like, whoa, you're bringing this up right now. Sometimes I want to take the... I was fine with the 4 of Wands in reverse, and then when I brought this Death card in, I went, "Ooh, this kind of it's a curveball," and it's like I can't ignore it. I can't put it back in the deck and say, "Well, you know, I don't want to pull it out now." Okay, so final oracle card for you. That's a general reading, so please, you know, these readings are for entertainment. I got two here. I'll take the top card. Okay, so what does the oracle card want to tell us? It is, brave. Ooh, I like that. I'll tell you what it's called in a minute. Let me just find it. Okay, bravely market your magic. Pisces. What biz or life project are you working on that you feel compelled to courageously cast out into the world? Did we not just talk about this? Oh my God. Okay. Spiritual misfits, philosopher poets, soulpreneurs, and creative catalysts bravely market your magic. It is your gold. And as gold, it is fascinating and compelling. And people can't stop looking at it when it is shining from the heart. When you draw back the curtains and expose the true colors of your soul, it is blindingly brilliant and beautiful. Make no mistake, someone out there is looking for what you are offering, and they will be thrilled to find you when you are honestly sharing your unique magic. Unveiling your weird, your wonderful, and your quirky. It's normal for it to take a few years to find your way and to build your dream. So don't be hard on yourself if normal happens. Have patience and faith. Even when it feels vulnerable, share of yourself honestly and always put your soul into your message. Not sure how to share your magic? Your unique essence and humanness is the right place to start. What is your magic? What have you been hiding? Wow, what is missing in the way you express yourself online or in person? So, definitely there's some magic out there. We established that waiting to happen, but like all magical creations, right before we're about to do something, there's a block that comes out, and it's usually something we need to work on before it finally gets out there. Been there a few times. All right, take care, Pisces. I'll leave you with my April reading I did, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye.